and I welcome you to Parenting in Diaspora. I'm going to be doing today's episode with my sister, Dr. Bola Oyerinde. We're going to be talking about the 10 most powerful ways that mothers can impact their children. There are roles that God has given us as mothers that cannot be delegated to anyone else. No one can do it like we do. So we're hoping that mothers will step up to the role that God has given us and take our place so that we can have emotionally balanced children. So the first point is that we need to believe in our children. Even if our children don't believe in themselves, even if no one else believes in them, we have to believe in our children. I'll give the example of Thomas Edison. When he was in school, he had a teacher who said he had a scrambled head, he was dull, he couldn't do anything. So much so that the mom had to withdraw him from school and started teaching him at home. So by being able to teach him, by himself, he was able to think independently, think differently from everyone else. He was able to challenge the status quo, so much so that he came up with so many inventions. As a matter of fact, Thomas Edison is known as the father of invention. And I believe the most important one for the world is the light bulb. So because a mother believed in him, he actually called his mom the making of me. It was because of his mom that he became who he became and gave us a gift in this world. So believing in our children goes a long way.
The second point we want to make today is that as mothers, we need to be our children's first teacher. It takes a while before the child goes to school anyway, maybe at age 2 or age 4. So we should have been doing the work of being the first teacher, even right from the beginning. And particularly in teaching obedience. It is so critical to teach our children obedience right from when they are little. Not just to listen to us, but because of themselves. If a child learns obedience early, it can actually save the child later in life. Let me give you an example. If you have taught your child to be obedient, so that when you call, the child is supposed to respond, drop whatever he or she is doing and answer the call. If that child were facing an imminent danger unknown to the child, if the mother sees that, you could just call the child and the child would have learned to be obedient right away, and then the child could be saved from walking straight into that danger. When our children were little, and I would call a child and say, "I'll be right there, Mom. I'm coming, Mom." My husband would say, "Why would you let these children do this to you?" When you call, they must respond immediately, because that child doesn't know if you are falling up the stairs. So the child cannot say, "I'm coming." You have to answer your mom promptly and answer right away. This one point will save them in the future.
And the third point is that we need to be truthful with our children. We need to be the voice of truth. Regardless of how pleasant or unpleasant it is, most of the time the truth is bitter. But we need to be able to face our children and let them know what the truth is. You might observe that, maybe your child has a tendency to be lazy, your child has anger issues. Let's not cover up their mistakes. Let's not cover up their inadequacies. Let's be truthful. To thine own self, be true. So if we truly love our children, we must be the one that will tell them the truth, even when everyone else is telling them a lie, so that, whatever amends need to be made can be made and our children's lives can be saved.
The next point, as mothers, we need to keep our children's confidence. This is so important. This is so critical. This point is saying that you should keep a child's secret from the other child. If a child comes to you and tells you something in confidence, it is imperative that you keep that child's confidence. We have twin sons that are very close. And there are times when one will come to me and say, "Mom, I haven't told any other person this. I just want to tell you. I want to hear your opinion. I want us to pray about this." And I would actually ask, "Have you told your brother?" He will say, "Not yet." And that lets me know how important it is to even keep that confidence. This is so important because this is some of the reasons why siblings are not close later in life. So as mothers, we need to ensure that we keep our children's confidence.
Point number 5, we need to be ready to sacrifice for our children. There is no sacrifice that we make for our children that does not have a reward. We need to keep our families first. There is no job that I've ever held that I did not make it clear that my family came first. When my family called, I was there. And it cost me on the job front. It cost me the opportunities I could have seized, the promotions I could have had. But looking back now, I have absolutely no regrets. I'm thankful for the time that I took with my children, because as far as your job or career is concerned, you see that job will leave you or you will leave that job, but your children are always with you. And we only have them for a very short time. By the time you know it, your children are gone. If you're a young family, maybe you think your children are a burden, maybe you're wishing they weren't there. Trust me, that time flies by so quickly. So if you didn't spend that time with them, if you weren't there for them, then you will have lost it, and they may not even be there for you in the future. So let's sacrifice for our children. There is no success outside the home that can make up for failure at home. If you failed on your children, you failed. Well, that's the end of part 1. So stay tuned for part 2. Thank you.